Hey guys, hopefully you are doing well. Harry here, and today we're gonna talk about the object-oriented programming, and this is our first video on the object-oriented programming. So we're gonna use a OOPS concept, right? So it's gonna be a OOPS. So what we are gonna doing today? So we are doing encapsulations, right? So basically, what is encapsulations? Well, encapsulation refers to the building of data and a method with a class, right? Providing class to the data through method. So it help in controlling access to data and prevent data modifications, right? So the principle is often implemented through the use of the access modifier called public, private and protected. I'm like, most of you heard into the C language, right? So it's very complex. Well, we today are playing with the with the object and also with the accessing object attributes and method, right? So we're gonna understand this topic, right? So let's start making a program which basically gonna calculate area and the circumference of the circle, right? So I'm gonna say class, right? I'm gonna say circle. Basically, I keep the C capital in the front just to define the class. That's make a class, right? So let's say def init, right? And I'll say self, right? And let's say radius. Okay. So guys, what's happened over here is basically I have defined a class named circle, right? So and after that I have defined a function is basically a constructor, right? So the constructor will take an argument radius, and I will say self, right? Self dot radius, right? radius radius equal to radius. So now it will take an argument radius, and we're gonna make a recursion now, right? Let's say def, right? Area, right? So basically it's gonna be an area of the circle. Then I will say self. So basically now we are using indirect method to input this to take the argument of the self inside this function, right? So now we'll say return, we have to return, right? Then we'll say 3.14159, which is the of course the value of your pi. Then we'll say self dot radius, right? Of course that's the radius, and I will say double asterisk by 2, which stand for the power, exponential power, right? So there we go, right? So do you want to give a try? Well, let's give a try, right? Let's say my circle, right? This is our object, right? So my circle is our object now. So how this is an object, I will show you. Like I will say circle, right? Then I will say 5. So now we're running this, right? Then I will say my circle, right? And the dot area, right? Open and close, right? So now you can see over here it's automatically calculated our area, right? So basically now if I have to put the circumference, let's say def, right? Circum, right? Circum FERENC, right? If I'm correct. So I'll keep a space over here. Oops, sorry. I'll keep a space over here. That's look professional. You know what I mean? So let's say self, right? So we are using encapsulations method again. So return, right? I'm gonna say 2 time 3.141. Oh, sorry. 3.141 59, right? And say self, right? And radius. Okay. So now you can see over here. So basically I have defined the radius over here already. So I will say like my circle, right? Then I will say circumference and open and close parentheses, right? Now you can see over here 3.4159. This is our answer, right? So basically this is our object, right? And this is our access object attributes and method, right? And if I want to print both of them, both of them, and basically what I can do over here is we can define those both them into the one into the basically into one function. Let's say area, right? Let's make new one, right? Let's not interrupt this, right? So let's say def, right? So area circumference, right? So let's say self, right? And if I say copy this, so I'm going to use the f string over here. Let's say f, right? And let's define the f string, right? And I'm gonna open this, and you can see over here, and Okay, let's say now area of circle, right? Right, guys. So basically now I need to also add our circumference, right? Let's say and circumference, right? Yeah, right, circumference, right? And I will say this one need to be over here, right? Basically that's is like a 2 time pi into radius, right? So let's say 2 pi r, right? So then I'm gonna basically I have clear all the output just to make sure that the thing work properly, right? So let's say my circle, right, dot and area of circumference, right? Then I'm gonna open and close. Now you can see over here area of circle is 78.53 and the circumference is 31.41. So you can see over here this is matching up, right? So if I copy this again, right, and say my circle 2, right, if I say 500, right, let's not say 500, let's make it more complex, right, like this, right? I really want to see the efficiency of the code, right? Now you can see you have to put my circle 2, right, and you're gonna run this. Now you can see over here it have this, even the complex problem it has solved very easily, right? So there we go, this exponential, right, 2 plus 21. There is the circumference is basically 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9, basically it's in a trillion, yeah. Right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video and I will make more videos on this object oriented programming. So a few more videos, and we're gonna talk about the Python inbuilt functions on the 30 days of Python inbuilt function, right? Cheers, guys, and see you next time, right?